Hello, welcome back to Story Reckless. I almost forgot what we were called. There was a split second there where I panicked. It's been 2 weeks and it feels like it's been ages. But welcome back. We are an actual play live stream playing in the Descent into Avernus campaign. We're in hell. And yeah, I am Nathan. I'm the DM here and I use he, him pronouns. Why don't we do some other intros?
I'm Claire. My pronouns are they, them. I'm playing Kadam, half-elf grave cleric who is really just thrilled about everything right now.
Wait, from the smell? Oh no, because we're in a nice
Because
place.
of Bernie.
My name is Olive. I use she and they pronouns. Tonight I will be playing Calliope de Mol, aka Legend, aka Air Genasi Old Lady, and excellent customer at the Salamander Forge.
Fire Snake Forge, I think was what
Fire
it's
Snake
called.
Forge.
But yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh my goodness. Yes, and normally we would have Enyo. Enyo couldn't make it tonight. Hopefully Enyo will be back next week. And yeah, that is, I think, all we have for our little intro there. I guess I can jump right into the recap. Oh my goodness, I feel like, yeah, 2 weeks is a long time. Even though it's not, but it is.
Has anybody ever played a campaign and gone that long without playing? This seems impossible.
Wow. Yeah, I know. Geez, all my other campaigns, it's like, if we can play every 2 weeks, it's like, yeah, we're doing great. Usually it's like every 4, maybe sometimes 6 weeks.
How do people remember what's going on?
They do. All right. Well, with all of that banter aside, last we left off, you all decided to take on Red Ruth's request, run some errands for her to get her set up for a pampering day at the Infernal Rapture within the Wandering Emporium. She gave you a divination on where to find it and when you would get there. And you headed there, finding it within the time that she said. Yes, side quests galore. You arrived at the Wandering Emporium seeing this remarkable sight of these truly massive infernal war machines, all kind of circled up into a horseshoe-type shape, creating a semi-permanent wall to guard the various structures within, which appear to be a lot of colorful tents and awnings and things of the sort. And within, you found many vendors hawking their wares. Calliope, as you alluded to, you found the Fire Snake Forge, a forge run by, look to be 3 salamanders, these elemental, fiery, snake-like creatures. And they sold armor and weapons, and they seem to also do work on infernal war machines. And you managed to bring your tormentor in and get it fixed up a bit. Kadam, you were able to actually help with this because you went to a magic shop, which I think was called the Equinox. And upon going in there, you sold the Bag of Devouring and came out the other side with 25 or 26?
26,000.
26,000 gold. Yeah.
Yeah, 26,000.
And a bunch of components.
It's wild that they had that much on the premises. Like, you could have just robbed them.
But could I?
They probably have thought of that.
Yeah. So with all of this new immense amount of wealth, more wealth than Kadam has probably ever even imagined, basically
That's government-sized amounts.
Basically the yearly budget for town within Faerun, maybe even a small city. But yes, you have an immense amount of wealth, and you paid for the repairs to the Tormentor, which was it? Did you guys name it on stream? I don't know if you have. Okay, if you have not named it. But you got repairs to the Tormentor, the kind of big rig style infernal war machine. And Kadam, you went to go to the barber you saw on site and met Bernie. Bernie the barber, a very cheerful Kalashite woman who provided you with a hair treatment and talk and conversation and was very pleasant. I'm trying to remember if she gave you anything else. I think it was just that, just the hair treatment and some kind of reassuring words about your new condition.
I don't know if I would say that they were reassuring.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. But she seemed
was
to
very kind about it.
Yeah,
though.
very kind about it. She did detect that you had this new condition, this thing that you've contracted from Raga Draga. And feeling great, it seems, you left her barber shop, her tent, her humble tent, and headed for Calliope, where you could see Calliope was currently haggling with some vendor over some trinkets. As we pick this up, I'm going to need both of you to make wisdom saving throws right as we start this episode off.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
14.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Okay. So what happens next, I'm going to tell you both something probably kind of heartbreaking, but
Not Lulu.
you'll have to run with it. No, Lulu's just fine. Yes, start the session off right with the saving throw. Kadam, we'll start with you. You start walking across the yard towards Calliope, and as you are moving towards Calliope, I don't know if you're aware of what's happening, but that entire experience you had with Bernie never happened. The last thing that you remember in your mind, it all lines up and it makes sense. You were with Calliope, you went to the magic shop, and then you left the magic shop and headed for Calliope. As far as you know, your entire experience with Bernie never happened. Now, all physical stuff that's happened to you has happened, so you might notice some things at some point.
Do I have the same emotional state? Like, am I filled with this sense of joy and contentment and satisfaction that I was?
Yeah, I think so. And there might be a moment when you're kind of questioning, like, where's this coming from? And I think, again, just kind of the way this is
toxic equinox.
Yeah, I think the way that this is working, it's like you probably are like, I guess it's because I just got all this gold and it's gonna open up all these opportunities. Like there's something in your mind that's going to justify why that feeling is there.
Yeah, it
whatever
wouldn't be
you
about
want that
gold. It would be about like connection with another person.
Sure, whatever you want it to be in your mind, it's something is justifying that feeling.
Okay.
And it may even like start to fade quickly, that feeling, like if it's not quite lining up. But regardless, that experience that just happened, no memory of it.
But your hair is fantastic for some reason.
Deep conditioned.
And
How did that happen?
Calliope, same for you.
Easy.
Yeah,
like
easy.
Tom was, talking with people.
Yes,
and it wasn't
yes.
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. Like you,
I don't even remember
for you,
that.
there's probably like for you, it's probably like it wouldn't even make a difference. It just you were there for a second. So, but yeah, you have no memory of that.
Even if I was there longer, it may not.
Yeah. But Kadam, you or Calliope, you hear footsteps and see Kadam approaching.
Okay, so I was thinking we could go over to the post office and see how they kind of route people around, and like they get around Avernus. They might know some tips for getting into places where we haven't been before.
That's a good idea. I like that quite a lot.
Come on.
All right.
Okay. You head across the yard back. I'm trying to remember where the post office was. Actually, I think it was on.
Wasn't it next to Berkeley?
I think it was on the left side. Yeah, as you entered, I think it was on the left side. So I think it was like to the left of Bernie's.
It was to the left of Birdie's.
I
Like,
thought
yeah.
I'd just take a long walk
Yeah.
around the whole place and then come back.
You wanna go around to? You don't want to just go straight there?
I mean, because otherwise I would have just been
Oh,
gone straight
you,
there while
yeah,
that whole
yeah,
interaction. So just to like make the time, I've probably been wandering, like
Yes.
looking at like the smaller booths, arguing with people.
You turn and head straight to the post office, or what you assume to be a post office. I will say that it probably, as you approach and get close, it does kind of catch your eye that there's this small, humble tent there. You don't see anybody in front. It's just a small little vendor there to the side. And as you approach, you can see there is a sign. It's kind of like almost a placard. It's like a infernal iron sign above this very like utilitarian metal kind of structure that has popped out the side of this infernal war machine, like almost like a motorhome-esque, like thing that is accordioned out of the side of the machine. And the sign says in numerous languages, and you do spot common, says "From here to Avernus." And you step inside, I'm assuming. As you step in, you find yourself in a pretty bustling, kind of... I think it is, like... It's brightly lit in here, like the equivalent of fantasy fluorescent lighting, but it's like... it's all done with, like, infernal... or like some sort of crystal magic, right, that's been embedded in the walls and ceiling of this metal box that you basically are standing in, that is decently large, and it extends back probably about 30 feet to where you can see the kind of what you'd expect almost post office style, like counter with various clerks. And it's pretty bustling. There's a lot of various different creatures in here, all kind of patiently waiting in line to go up to their individual clerks. And you can hear the constant flitter and fluttering of wings, and you can see kind of in the back area behind the counter just dozens upon dozens of little imps taking orders, grabbing packages, little letters, things that are easy to carry, and then flying up and going out of little chutes and tubes to go out into the world with their missives and packages. You see some individuals in here that have larger packages that are getting ready to be put in and delivered somewhere. How they're going to be sent out further, you're not sure.
That is what I'm here to find out.
But I'll say there's, for simplicity's sake, there's 3 lines, so 3 different clerks, and all of them are completely full with various denizens. So you want to just get in line and wait?
I would like to try to pick up from the context clues, look for signage, inspect other people's packages to see if there's some sort of postage on it. I want to use my intelligence to try to figure out what the system is here. Is there a difference between the lines, the 3 different clerks?
Yeah. Go ahead and make...
What sort of interactions are people having with the clerks? Like, are they handing over gold? Are they getting anything in return?
Yeah. Go ahead and make a investigation roll for me.
And I would like to flash a genius this. I'm just going to say off the bat. So it's total of plus 10. That's a 21.
21. Okay. Let me Okay, so we'll go like this. So you can see the one on the far left. Most everyone in that line seems to have smaller packages, and you even catch as one person delivers a package, sends over payment, and payment is you can see that this person pays with a soul coin for this delivery of this small package. But quickly as they kind of leave, you see the next creature throws down 5 soul coins, and the clerk turns towards... I'm trying to think of the creature that would be sitting
I
there.
love watching you think, Nathan. It's very satisfying.
So I'm gonna say the clerks behind the desk, they all seem to be bearded devils. So they're all like got this twisting, tendrily tentacles, coming off of their face. And this one devil, kind of more like softer, like feminine-esque features with these twisting tendrils, turns over as this person gives the payment. You see them quickly jotting down a message, and then they pass it over to an imp that quickly flies not out one of the tubes, but goes deeper into the infernal war machine, and you're not entirely certain, what's going to happen back there, but you suspect with a 21, I'll say that you suspect that because they paid 5 soul coins, that message might be being delivered via magical means to get it immediately to the other end and quickly. The middle line looks to be just for... That's where you see all the people with the larger packages that are delivering like larger packages. And the third line on the far right, you can see that people are going up, and they are... people are dropping off soul coins, and in exchange, they're getting back either gems or gold. So it's like some kind of exchange.
A bank?
Yeah, you can exchange coins for gold or gems. The final thing that you kind of catch is... yeah, we'll say this is probably in... I'm trying to think of how this would work. I think you see a little imp attendant that's just kind of fluttering around and checking in with people in various lines. And you can see they kind of clock you, and they're dealing with somebody, and they're about to fly over to check in with you. And Calliope, you quickly catch like the tail end of this conversation as this imp is checking in with what looks to be this like hulking, kind of almost could be a pit fiend at first. You're like, for a second you're like, oh my god, is this a pit fiend in here? But it's the features are a little different. The coloration of the skin is not what you've seen for most pit fiends, but it is kind of a
How many
more...
have we seen?
We saw some in the
You've
visions.
seen...
Yeah, some
You've
of the
seen
visions.
2, right? You've seen the one at the battle, and didn't you see one more?
We've seen Belle, and then from a distance,
Belle, that's right.
The one
Yeah.
with the banner.
Yeah, and the one with the banner, I believe that one had kind of a grayish skin, and then Belle had the classic like red skin. This creature has kind of a greenish skin, and is got horns, is kind of got a big, like powerful like belly, but kind of like the stout, muscular kind of rotund style of a person that's got a lot of muscle behind them, but they still got this like big, weight and belly. And that you catch the tail end of that conversation, and the little imp little imp goes, "Ah, yes,
Fetal will see you in the back in just a moment. They are dealing with another customer at the moment, but they can notarize your document for you. And just wait over here, please.
And then they turn and they see the two of you. So if you didn't catch that with the voice, they mentioned that they could notarize the document that this creature has. And you see the kind of hulking, frightening looking, like devilish creature sort of just kind of go and patiently stand like off to the side and stand out of line as they hold this absurdly small little document of like what, you know, it's probably skin, but, you know, a vellum looking document that they're just kind of holding and tucked under their hand.
This is so funny.
And as that's all happening, the little imp flies over to the two of you. Well, I guess you have Valor with you, and is Lulu with you as well, fluttering at your side? I can't remember if you had Lulu come in or not.
I was kind of picturing this with just me and Kadam.
You and Kadam. Okay, cool. So Valor and
Valor
Lulu
is
are
around as
doing their
is,
thing. Okay.
Pip. We might have left Lulu in the car.
We cracked it through the window, though.
Yeah, I'm sure she had water.
I think she would have wanted to go in because she had that tail end of her memory of seeing the Emporium. And when you approach, she like kind of starts having these like sensations of familiarity. So we can figure out where Lulu is after this.
I think probably
exchange.
with Pip then.
Okay.
Wherever Pip is.
Okay, so
Yeah.
she's just fluttering around with Pip.
You're off, like, we can see them like in a cutscene that we're just not joined in. They're having some plot critical revelations.
Yeah. So this little imp flies over.
Hello. What could I do for you?
Hi. How do the imps know where to go? Where can y'all deliver to and from here?
Yes, we can deliver missives anywhere on Avernus,
Wow.
within reason, of course.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, you know, if you are trying to deliver a missive, I don't know, to someone that is being held within the clutches of Zariel, deep within one of her dungeons, that might be a bit
that
challenging.
was one of the people on my list. How about El Terrell up there, that new big old city?
Ooh, we could certainly try. Yes, it depends on who you're trying to reach. If you're trying to reach one of the souls that came down with the city that hasn't been processed yet, well, it might be a bit difficult to find them.
I see. How do the imps find people? We've been having a hell of a time looking around.
Where do they
Yeah,
find
like-
them?
No,
Oh.
yeah. We have this like bone finger and it points to places.
Yeah.
And it's like unreliable and it takes days. How do y'all do it?
I'd say it's a challenging thing to describe other than it's kind of a sense. And the imp kind of looks you over, both of you. Yes, you clearly new here from material plane somewhere. Which world did you come from?
Is this conversation in common or infernal?
I guess it depends on what Calliope started the conversation with.
I think common, probably.
Then the
Okay,
imp, yeah,
cool.
the imp is speaking in common. Yeah.
Where do you hail from?
I would know
Laurel?
this. Coral.
Toro. Okay, yes. Then, you know how there's the birds where you're from that go and migrate around during the... And how do they get to where they want to go? They just know. It's kind of like that. We devils have an innate sense of where things are. I wouldn't worry too much about it. We'll get your message where it needs to go.
Are you good at getting places where you haven't been before?
Yeah, it depends. Look, I would love to keep helping you, but I'm seeing more customers come in. look, you can deliver messages here. Those are for bigger packages, and over there is for the soul
Do you take gold
coin
or just
exchange.
soul coins? I've only
You
been seeing
could
people
do
paying.
you could do gold. There is an exchange rate, 500 gold per soul coin. So
Got
you're
it,
welcome to do that. Anything else that I can do for you from here to Avernus?
You said all devils have this sense, or is y'all get?
Yes, more or less. You know, some are more
Interesting.
talented at it than others.
I see. Thank you very much. That'll be all.
Oh, one more service we do provide is we our owner of the establishment can notarize any documents you may have.
Yeah. I heard it.
All right. So, well, I'm going to go help these other customers. Of course, if you need anything, just raise your hand and I'll try to get to you as quick as I can.
Of course.
A
Thank you.
toodaloo, and
Darts off to help the other customers. You immediately hear this little imp chattering away and infernal as a couple of chain devils come clinking into the room. What do you want to do?
I'd like to get in line for the money exchange.
Sure, yeah. Okay, Calliope.
You think they trade? You can pay them gold and we get soul coins. That seems really useful.
That's what the imp said. Yeah, 500 gold for a soul coin.
So to be clear, you can exchange soul coins for gold and gems here. He would have made that clear. You can pay for any of the services with gold in equivalent value. So if it costs one soul coin, you can pay 500 gold. It seems though that you can't get soul coins from here.
Oh, okay.
You can just get
Never mind that.
gold or gems. Yeah.
I have no need for either of those.
So there
Unless
you go.
they have diamonds.
He said gems. You could go try.
I'm gonna try the rose repose first. For
Okay,
that, I think.
gotcha.
This is frustrating. Just a sense. How do devils do it? Do you think? They probably know better than like Gargath or somebody at get into places like the Citadel. They're hoping like paying one of them to go to the Citadel and then us tailing them.
Well, yeah, we have been told that devils can't find it or have trouble finding it.
Yeah, specifically.
Yeah. If you want to wait in line and ask, I certainly will not stop you, but I might go
Yeah,
see if
not
I can
gonna-
find gems.
Not gonna tip our hand.
All right. Well, yeah. All right. So, head out.
Okay.
Good to know.
Okay, you head out. You head back out of this brightly lit establishment into the kind of red glow of the exterior. Where do you want to go next?
Rose repose.
Rose?
I'll tag along.
Rose. Okay, you'll tag along. Okay. Let me find my notes.
Indeed.
Inherent sense. Anything that creatures can do, you can replicate. You can figure out how it works.
So
I mean, obviously, like if that finger thing can do it, that means that it can be mechanized or like extracted out into like objects and things.
Maybe.
as you're having this
What
conversation,
part of a devil we have to extract?
Or
Just
dissect a devil and find the organ and so you're having this conversation, working your way over to the Rose Repose. As you approach this establishment, you do indeed see that this establishment, the war machine itself has been appears to have been gilded. The entire machine is got like gold plating all over it and intricate designs like running throughout. And the little like shop that has been set up out front has this like, it looks like they they've quickly staked into the ground kind of a almost like a fence around the establishment that has these kind of bright ribbons that create the barriers, like the lines that run between the posts. The posts are these like twisted, almost like wrought iron looking posts that kind of come up out of the ground that look like they've been staked down into the ground. And on the other side of this little fence is just these garden beds that are like blossoming and blooming with various strange plants and flowers, all of it looking kind of familiar but off and strange. Like it's not like for either of you, you've never seen any of these flowers or plants before, but there's some amount of familiarity there. And as you approach too, you can start to smell, there's like probably for the first time in a while, like this sweet floral smell that's like wafting off of this establishment. The actual structure to enter inside is another like tented structure with more like bright colors that are kind of running off the tent. And as you step into this little garden and start making your way towards the entrance, you can see there are various individuals like scurrying about inside of this large kind of rounded tent. And inside there's shelves that have been set up that have what look to be perfumes all on display. And towards the back, there's a bunch of like locked cabinets and glass displays that look like they're kind of glittering and glinting with various jewels and jewelry and things of that sort. The individuals scurrying about, you see there's probably 4 skeletons that are moving about the space, and you notice that sort of embedded in the forehead, like it's been somehow affixed to the forehead, like an engraving in the skull, and then it's been placed in there and somehow fused into the bone, is a soul coin. And these skeletons are just scurrying about, doing busy work. One of them, as you approach, kind of spots you and then turns and just kind of keeps like tending to the plants and the jewelry and such. You also, as you step inside, you both hear before you see this kind of strange like sucking wet sound, and you look to your left and there's another individual that seems to be like an attendant that was kind of patiently waiting for people to enter. You see this pale, the flesh looks like it looks dead, like it is incredibly pale. There's some kind of open like marks that are kind of revealing some of the structure underneath, and it's a humanoid figure that has these like large thick tentacles coming out the front of the face, but not like the bearded devils. This looks almost like an octopus face of these tentacles extending down towards the chest, and they're kind of sitting there with their long spindly fingers sort of in a steeple as you enter, and you just hear this strange as they see you enter and watch. The eyes are completely clouded over. This looks like a dead creature, but it has these like elegant robes on and seems to have some jewelry adorning it. And they just watch you enter, and before you can speak or they can speak, you hear coming from across the room, "Hello, welcome!" And you see sort of popping up behind the counter at the back another full-on skeleton. But this skeleton has some semblance of like flesh clinging to the neck, and then more flesh starts to bloom out around the shoulders and the chest and going down into the arms, and there's these kind of pinkish red, almost like veins or something coursing under the translucent flesh, and the fingers extend out far too long into almost like long extended points, and the fingers go up into a dark red, almost rosy coloration, like they've been dyed or something. This skeleton is wearing just a beautiful golden crown adorned with roses. They have this like spidery, almost web-like leather kind of vest thing that kind of pokes out the back in these like shoulder pad pieces that sort of go down into this weird like bat-like wing structure, but not like incredibly far out, just like a, you know, little touches, accents. And they have like purple and red accented with gold like robes and clothing on as they pop up with lacy like lacy sleeves that go up to the hands, not into full gloves, just like fully exposed, but they go, hello, welcome to the Rose Repose. Oh, look at this, you must be new here. I see the look on your faces. Yes, I am Vrokraz. What can I do for you?
I was wondering if you had diamonds or jeweled reliquaries.
Oh, yes, darling, did you not see? And they extend their hands out, showing all the various jewels in this, like, locked glass display case that's in front of them. And behind them, you see more display cases with jewelry. If you're looking for jewelry, we have plenty here to choose from. But I'm sorry, I believe I cut you off. Are you looking for jewelry or just the jewels?
Well, both, actually.
Oh, wonderful! Please come closer and don't mind Ibnar. Ibnar won't go for the brain. They aren't into that sort of thing right now. Oh, yes. And Ibnar's just standing there. And then you hear a voice kind of gurgle out, I'll mind my manners. And Vorkaz just gestures you over. Ibnar is, I guess you've never encountered someone like that before. They're known for sucking the brain out of your skull. But Ibnar won't do that. Don't worry. Please come closer.
I will come closer.
Quietly.
I probably have gotten distracted.
Okay.
Either by the gems or by like trying to inspect the other skeleton attendants.
Yeah.
And be like, yeah, is it a construct, like a big dummy? That's a soul coin. I bet that's obviously the source of its power. Is it imbued with sentience, or is it a construct?
As Kadam, you're walking across the room to go towards them, and you're doing this, Calliope, you suddenly feel a presence behind you. Like there's clearly somebody standing right behind you. You just see the tall, slender, undead-looking, I'll say what it is, Mind Flayer, just standing there behind you, looking down at you, and you hear, very astute. Yes, the soul coins are what power them.
Is this your work?
And they kind of tilt their head and seem to glide as they drift over to your side and kind of get low to be closer to you to see you. And you kind of see the tentacles twitch and undulate. Yes. With a bit of help from Vrokaz. But it was my idea. Do you like it?
It's immaculate work. Here. I'm somewhat of a creator myself. Here. And I pull out like little dummy.
Little dummy drifts out.
Oh,
fascinating.
How much initiative do they show? I've had some success and I've fallen in battle before, and these friends of mine have helped us out, even in the absence of orders.
Oh, these ones are rather simple-minded. They have a set of routines that they follow, keeping everything in order. I've never tested them in dangerous situations. How does...
And you watch as they get real low and extend out a long, spindly hand towards little dummy.
Does this one work?
There's some things that like were state secrets up until like a week ago, but now it's like kind of catawampus. As a creature of, it seems, immense intellect, maybe perhaps you could actually help. There's a lot that I haven't been able to explain about its power source, and I think I'm just gonna go for broke here, and like pop open like little dummies, like, or I guess like not even really pop open, just like like kind of like a what's it like when something's crocheted, you can kind of like get a hole open by just like kind of like tugging at the string.
Yeah, just like pulling the the threading apart.
Or like pull a little window open. It's like one of these we're calling them Squire crystals. They're powered by apparently a big orb that Zariel put up in the sky above Elturel, and now it's black, but these ones are still working and they're glowing with like bright light, like they were up on the material plane. It's wild.
You see this creature's eyes just like going wide, and there seems to almost be like you see that this creature is being so close to you now, and there is like this strange aroma, this mix of like overly floral sweet perfume wafting off of them, but there's clearly that undercurrent of like rot that's hard to like fishy
lots
rot.
Of academics smell like this.
Yeah. And yeah, you see them, their eyes going wide as they look, and they are extending their hands out and kind of like pushing some of the fabric aside to get a real close look at the crystal. I'll have them roll an Arcana check if you're gonna let them just straight up.
Yeah. I've been able to
They
describe
rolled like crap. They rolled a 10. With all their bonuses, they only got a 10. Yeah, I mean, I think genuinely they're kind of enraptured by this and are just listening to anything you'll say to them.
I think I've been able to describe a great deal about how it works, but I still haven't been able to like uncover the source of the energy. Like, we can replicate it. It spreads like fire, kind of, if you set up like the right conduits.
And you see them just like starting to ask questions, getting really involved with this. You two are lost in academic talk. While that conversation, you starting to hear it pick up behind you, Kadam, as you approach. You approach this person, this skeleton, and they are maybe smiling. Hard to say.
I mean, skeletons tend to.
Yeah, always smiling. I mean, you know, it's like maybe like this being has had enough practice that they kind of like hinge their jaw in such a way that it feels more friendly. But as you approach, you know, they gesture down.
So, tell me everything. What exactly is it that you're looking for? I hope that we can accommodate here.
Thank you. I am looking for a pendant with a sunburst on it, and I would like to pay 100 gold for it.
Okay, very well. Anything else?
And I mean, we don't.
Give my list.
Give your list, which I don't have on hand. I mean, yeah, I don't have the list on hand, but I would say that. Let me see if I can pull it up quickly. Shoot, did I write this down somewhere? Of course I didn't, because. Oh, by the way, I need to throw a shout out for this specific encounter and for this NPC. This was a Reddit find. The description as well was a Reddit find, some artwork that was posted, which I thought was fabulous.
I just sent it to you.
You just sent it to me. Thank you. I just want to make sure I credit this Reddit thread. Reddit user Serial Dust. I found this, and yeah, I just thought it was great. It was like I wanted to flesh out the Wandering Emporium a bit, and they had this, so it's really awesome.
Delightful.
Yeah.
I've been talking in chat about how much I love these NPCs.
Yeah,
how
it's
much I miss propriety.
very good. I cannot take credit for this. This is a great little find. So yeah, I would say, Claire or Kadam, you can get all this
Okay.
here. For the diamonds, I'm gonna say how many diamonds are you looking for? Because you have a lot of gold right now. I don't think you can just get unlimited diamonds from this vendor. They do have a supply.
Let's grab 2 300s
2 300s, okay.
and a 500.
Okay, let me I'll just do a luck check here. I think that it's very likely they have that. That's pretty reasonable. So I'm just gonna say if I roll a 5 or lower, then they'll have the 2 300s, but not the 500.
Okay.
And of course I roll the 3. So they have the 2 300s. So
That's just fun.
So you can get the 2 300s. But as you're describing that, they go, you know, if you just if you come back, I can make sure to have that 500 gold piece diamond ready for you. You seem new here, so I know that time is a bit strange down here. So I don't know how they would give you a sense of time to come back. Just let's see here. Do you have any magical means of contacting people?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Wonderful. I would just reach out after, say, 2 sleeps. About, 48 hours, something like that. And I should be able to have it ready for you, if you're interested.
Thank you. I'm not currently planning on coming back soon.
Oh, how dreadful.
We paid for that rush job. Remember, for the shield.
Yeah, but ain't we just sticking around for that?
What was that?
Never mind. Sorry, that was out of character.
Oh.
Yeah. I just have trouble getting out of Kadam sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're planning on coming back soon, but I'll greatly appreciate it.
Oh, right, that's no problem. Is there anything else? I believe I was able to accommodate everything on your list there.
Including the holy water?
Holy water. Ooh, that's fair. I don't think the holy water. For the holy water, they go, ooh, holy water is going to be a challenging one. You might be able to find some in the Infernal Rapture. They do provide a lot of services, and
That ain't just a bathhouse?
well, it's a restaurant, a bathhouse, a pleasure palace, and some people have their kinks, so they might have some holy water. It's worth looking into.
I see. Thank you. Thank you. I'm satisfied.
All right, well, very well. Anything, and they look over as you're still having this deep conversation, Calliope. They just look to you, Kadam. Oh, your friend is just... I hope Ibnar is not being, too... Ibnar sometimes has trouble with social boundaries.
Oh,
But
so
they seem
does
to be
my
getting-
friend.
Okay,
I
well,
think they would be a good match, frankly.
that is
Very surprising, but delightful. Anything for your friend?
Do you have anything like, I don't know, some sort of clever pendant or pin or something? Something mechanical?
Clever pendant or pin? What, clever in what way? Like you would hide something in it?
Perhaps, maybe more just in the way it was constructed, though. Like, someone clearly sat down and had fun thinking it through.
Yes, I think I might have just the thing.
If it moves or clicks or
Yes.
makes some strange noise, that also would be good.
Oh, yes, definitely. One moment. And they sort of gracefully glide over to another cabinet, unlock it, and carefully pull out this intricate metal little, like, jewelry case that seems to be just perpetually moving with clockwork as they set it down. They wave their hand over. There's a little flash of arcane light as you hear the whole thing kind of you watch as what you would have expected originally for the box to just kind of pop open, the whole thing kind of like slides out into various pieces and unfolds and reveals all of these little kind of like velveted padded little compartments with various jewelry things within. And in the center there's I want a little bit of collaboration here. Do you want it to be like a necklace style thing?
Let's do a pin.
A pin. Okay, so it's just
she can pin on her cloak.
Got it. So it's a big pin there in the center. Hold on, doing a quick search. Can I spell it right? Yes. Good. So, what you see. Okay. What you see is a pin. In the center, there looks to be a mechanical eye that is just kind of moving around. All around it, there are very, very intricate moving little parts, and on the edges of this pin, there look to be like 4 tiny mechanical wings that kind of are tucked away. And Vorkaz goes,
"Now, this comes from the plane of Mechanus. This has been constructed with various modrons all put together to create this beautiful piece of jewelry. It may still have a little bit of life to it, but it's remarkable. Look, if you just gently pet here," and they extend one of their long fingers and kind of gracefully pet the side of the pendant. The eye sort of spins around, and then the little wings kind of extend out to create this sort of winged pattern, as all the little intricate mechanical pieces within the pendant sort of quickly move and click into place, and these wings sort of shoot out. It doesn't really do anything beyond that, but it's quite remarkable, and the design is incredible. Just since your friend has befriended Ibnar so well, just a fair bit of warning to you. If you happen to run across any Modrons, maybe don't let them see this. I don't know how they would feel about it.
What are Modrons?
Oh, I love you. Modrons are mechanical beings that exist on the plane of Mechanus. Mechanus is an incredibly intricate mechanical realm that is a realm of pure law, and the little beings that reside there are called Modrons, and there's all various types of Modrons, and they all have a very strict order and design.
Are these people?
Maybe, kind of.
Do you still want this?
No, thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
If you have something that weren't made out of people,
Well, it's made of
uh,
modrons, not really people, but okay, fine. Okay, something not made of people. Well, You see them kind of thinking for a moment.
What are your diamonds made out of?
Well, let's see here.
I don't know.
They seem to really be struggling.
Ugh.
No. I should have something. Just give me a moment. There should definitely be something that's not made of people.
I frankly would be interested in buying like presents for all of my companions.
Okay.
So like we can figure out what they look like afterward, but just like something for Pip and
Sure.
Lulu and Valor and yeah.
Yeah. You see that we can come up with the descriptions for what these are.
Yeah.
But they take you over to an area that doesn't seem to be locked up, like the jewelry's just kind of out and on display, and it does seem to be like a little not as intricate and designed. And there's various like pendants and pieces of jewelry, and you can come up with what they look like.
Yeah, I'll figure out what
Yeah.
kid I'll choose for folks.
Yeah. They seem a little disappointed, but for the you want to get like you want to get 4 little like trinkets for your companions. I mean it's I think 400 gold, 100 gold each for the jewelry.
I have the cash.
They do seem rather disappointed, but still happy that you're buying things. After doing that, they
Well, anything else? This has been quite fruitful.
Thank you, but I don't think so.
All right, very well. Well, have a hellish day.
Thank you, you too.
Oh, it's just a bit of fun. Look, things can be fun down here. I promise.
We'll leave.
all right.
And-
Yeah.
If Calliope seems willing to step out, I'll
Yeah,
take her with
Calliope,
me.
you are kind of at like still having this conversation. Do you want to do
I
anything
think
else?
like you're gonna have to pull Calliope out or like get her attention, or I think she's just like, oh, Lyra, you leaving? I can be out there in a minute. We're just finishing, just 1 minute.
You take your time.
Okay.
All right, and you head out as
That's what I was saying.
Ibnar just
Yes, tell me. I want to know all of the
See,
details.
actually, let me show you. I have my kit here. Do you have any like diamonds or crystals? Here, we can carve one up.
Oh, Forkas may not appreciate us carving up the diamonds.
They look great. We'd be doing them a favor.
make a persuasion roll for me. You know, your favorite roll.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I would love to, but I just can't. Just explain it to me in detail.
And you see now they're like starting
It's
to.
so slow. It's hard. I mean, I'll try, but like.
They fully pulled out a journal at this point and are jotting everything down as you are having this conversation.
Great.
Yeah. Anything else you would like to do, Calliope, other than finishing up your conversation with Ibnar?
I mean, I think Calliope does have her eyes open for like any magic items or something that they have here.
Okay.
Probably not like explicitly browsing, but if there's anything of interest that seems like it would be useful to an adventuring party.
So I will say you finish up your conversation and then you kind of look around and start to go inspect the wares. Let me. Oh crap! Where did it go? Here it is. Very quickly, you determine this is all kind of like either straight up like jewelry, perfume, or like what Kadam did, you could probably get some like raw material components. Vorkaz does see you like browsing though, and they kind of glide over to you and like lean on the glass display case, and they just push with their they don't even push, they just use their hand to magically push that intricate clockwork case over in your direction. They go, "Hello, what was your name? I think I might have something that would interest you."
I'm a legend. I expect to be met with a great deal of violence. Do you have anything that can help with that?
No, I'm terribly sorry. This is just for... But, would you be interested in something like this? I think it would look great on you.
And they point down at that little Modron pendant that they were trying to get Kadam to buy.
Would this interest you? I have a feeling that you might like it.
I think on that negative persuade roll, it goes both ways, and Calliope's like feeling like a little bit salty. It's just like, can't touch the wares apparently. It's like, I'm sure it's very cool.
All right, well, have a hellish day.
And then they flick their hand and the case closes up, and they scoop it up and kind of trot away.
If you don't need anything else, goodbye.
You want to test out one of those skeletons in a combat or a high-stress situation? I think I'm asking the Mind Flayer again, who I've not asked the name of.
You asked Ibnar.
I don't think Vorkaz would appreciate that.
You work for Vorkaz? What's the situation here?
Yes. Vorkaz helped me find my way.
What does that mean? That's awful vague.
How much do you know of mind flayers?
I'm gonna roll history.
History or Arcana?
Oh, Arcana then. No, never pass up an opportunity. I have to roll the 3. I'm so bad at rolling Arcana.
And you still get a 16. Yeah, I think you know some of the basics of mind flayers.
Yeah.
You know that this is a mind flayer, but they seem to be undead. You know that they consume brains. I think you know that the rough life cycle that it's like they're kind of a parasitic organism that takes a host body and then transforms it into the next form, which is what you know as a mind flayer. But I don't think you know anything beyond that. Like, you don't know about, I don't know if Olive knows, but you don't know about like the society stuff and like how there's the elder brain and things like that. You don't know about that.
Y'all don't usually have nice conversations like this.
Not usually. It's rare that I find one so worthy to converse with. Well, back where I come from, it was not seen as a good thing that I practice magic. I made some enemies, found myself in a precarious situation that I couldn't get out of.
Sometimes you need a friend who's better at the business and talking bit that like helps you integrate into society. I got one of those too.
Yes, Vorkaz is quite talented.
I see.
They showed me ways to extend my life. I have eternity in front of me now.
Sometimes I feel I wish I had that, but then I never get around to all the stuff that I can't wait to get around to.
You can achieve it at a great cost.
Or my soul or something. I don't know. I got other things to achieve first. I'll get around to it, I'm sure.
Maybe a soul or two, yes, but... Well then. I should probably.
Kind of looks around back to
Go back to
Paz,
your
who seems
flowering, I suppose.
seems to have lost a little bit of their pleasantry now and has kind of folded arms, just watching you have this conversation, and they kind of tilt their head.
Yes, I should probably. It was nice talking to you.
If you find anything else more about the companion or anything, I'm just one imp away. Apparently, y'all have a functioning postal system. I saw. Very cool. Very cool. I'd love to stay in touch.
You know where to
What's your
find
name?
me. Ibnard.
All right. So you scurry out of the the Rose Repose. And,
People always be like, "Oh, my players are scary. They got those brains." I think I didn't have anything useful to say. I feel like you didn't even understand how skeletons work, really. The other skeleton did most of it. Yeah.
So you have reconvened. What do you guys want to do next? Oh, and also, hello, Dockish Dark. Nice to see you again. Yes, thank you for joining. Yeah, so you both reconvene. What would you call you, Doc? All right, gotcha. What would you like to do next as you step back out into the yard of the Wandering Emporium?
Do you want to go to the Infernal Rapture? Do the thing that we originally came here to do?
You're right in my mind.
All right.
More so than that mind reader creature did. Useless.
I'm sorry you didn't enjoy your time with...
I mean, it's always nice to talk a little bit, but back on the material plane, people got new ideas, and the work was great, but no imagination. That's what being undead does to you. You get stagnant.
All right.
I'm sure, probably.
Carry on.
Okay. Yeah. You head across. You're gonna go to the Infernal Rapture?
Yeah.
Okay. I think for this, we'll say that Pip, Valor, and Pip, Valor, and Lulu, I think they all join up with you as you head towards the Infernal Rapture. I'm not going to speak too much for Pip, but I imagine that Pip got up to something.
I'm sure.
And maybe we can do next week. We can just do a little bit of like a flashback to see
Some brief combat.
Yeah, exactly. To see how crazy it went for Pip.
When Lulu dies.
Yeah. But
And like Lulu here, when we flash forward again, it's just like a piece of cardboard or something, or a puppet. Pip is trying to get used to convince us.
but
Okay,
they
it's
all yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make sure. But you all reconvene. I'm sure Pip is super into this place. I would be surprised if she wasn't. But yeah, you all reconvene. I think Valor is like Valor has like a mouthful of something, and you can see like that she has just like a skewer with some chunks of some kind of meat on it that's been totally like roasted and barbecued, and she's just pulling off like the last chunk of some meat on her like second skewer as you approach, wiping off some grease from her face.
You know, it's not that bad. This is...
It actually tastes like something?
Well, like a little bit. It kind of cuts through. They still get that kind of ashy
Ooh,
taste.
let me try.
Yeah, give it a try.
You bite into it. It's like rich and fatty and meaty, but there is this like kind of burnt quality to it. But the like other flavor is at least present. And she goes,
Honestly, it reminds me of the food on Lamb Tam.
Really? I've
I
never
haven't had
been.
something like that in a while.
Oh, did you here? Yes, give it a
Oh, yeah.
try. Apparently, this is one of those horrific chicken things that we saw back at Mad
Oh.
Maggie's. It's not too bad.
All right, yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't know how they do it though, because yeah, things. I was talking to the person, the vendor, about it. Strange person that. Anyways, I was talking to them, and apparently those things are like demons, and they kind of spawn sometimes out of the vast pools of ichor that have been becoming more and more common here on Avernus. Apparently, I guess Zariel's doing one thing right, because I guess there's a lot of these big puddles around these days. But anyways, usually it seems like when the demons die, they just kind of dissolve into the goo. But this vendor was telling me they figured out the way that they can kind of halt the process so that they can cook these guys up. But yeah, not bad. So, are we going into this place? And Lulu comes fluttering up.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Wow, it's wild being here. I'm having so many, like, flashes of things that just feel... I remember this place. Yeah, nothing really that promising, just... At least I remember it. But, yeah.
Anything in specifics?
No, not really. Just like, oh, I remember this stall. I remember some of the vendors. I didn't know their names. I was kind of asking, and it would kind of trigger another memory. But yeah, I guess I came here for some reason, and I think so far all the memories seem decently positive. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm
That's
anxious to go in here though. I remember going here, but so...
And she's kind of gesturing with her trunk.
Let's
to the
not waste
infernal
time. Let's go.
Okay. All right, you all filter into the infernal rapture. Let me see something. I would love. Yeah, let's try this one. So, the infernal rapture. Entering into the infernal rapture, you step through the kind of dim lit wide opening with the purple awning and drapes extending down, and as you approach, there's really pleasant, rich, herby incense type smells that are wafting out, and stepping inside, there's this kind of moody, warm red light and purple drapes and luxurious carpets as you enter in with beautiful designs, and this immediate area that you walk into is kind of it's kind of a long hallway with big almost like like Persian style rugs with these beautiful designs, purple drapes, and at the back there is kind of drapes that are covering the next portion of whatever this structure is. And this whole entrance is just kind of in the side of the infernal war machine that was parked there. And as you enter, immediately a human comes stepping out. Yeah. They appear to be kind of a more like feminine human with elegant features, wearing very elegant purple kind of silk-like clothing that hangs off their body loosely and accents their form in just the right ways as they come approaching. You can see that they have their head has been like completely shaven to kind of give a really nice like smooth top to their head as they approach. They have very tasteful like light makeup on as they approach you, and they kind of bow and go, "Hello, and welcome to the Infernal Rapture.
Please make yourself comfortable, and our host, Mahati, will be here shortly. I can get you started on a meal if you would like. It will, of course, cost you 1 soul coin or equivalent gold value. But upon paying for it, you will receive an entire meal. We'll just, of course, start with the drinks. Would you be interested?
Will it taste like anything other than ash?
It will taste like the most... It's hard to describe. It is absolutely divine.
I don't know whether that's a good thing here or not.
That's a fair point, but I think from where you come from what I can sense, it would be a good thing, yes?
Yes.
So, would you, all of you, like to get started with this? Before you do, though, actually, I'm so sorry. I'm forgetting my manners. I will need you to sign this contract first before accepting any of our services. And they kind of produce out from their clothing like a small little satchel that they have. They produce out an elegant contract and kind of unfurl it. And there's a small kind of coffee-esque table off to one side, and you can see there's these nice plush cushions set up everywhere for you to sort of lounge on around this low-lying table. They kind of flick it out and lay it down on the table and slowly lower themselves down onto one of these cushions to make themselves comfortable, and then produce a what looks to be like a kind of ballpoint pen, like a pen that you would dip into ink, right? And it appears to be made of like ivory or bone, the handle. They produce that in a little ink bottle and pop that and set it down. So, if you all don't mind, the contract is rather simple. It just stipulates that you must pay for all of the services and everything that is taken from within here before you leave. You're welcome to read it over.
Before we get too far in, should we actually just say what our errand is?
Yeah, like, I admit I am intrigued. I would not mind a bath.
Yeah, same.
But
Same. And Redruth
can-
gave us those soul coins for this purpose. Might as well use them.
We can provide you with a bath, with massages, with pleasure. Really, anything you can think of, we can provide it to you here at the Infernal Rapture.
Massage sounds amazing. His whole bones. But
If you just
Right.
sign here, then we can get started.
I would like to thoroughly read the contract.
Make an investigation roll for me.
Uh-oh.
also,
all right.
Calliope would like to read it as
Yes,
well.
you can make an investigation roll as well.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
dang.
Okay.
18.
18. Okay. Yeah. Both of you read through it. It's complicated. There's a lot going on.
Why? Why is it complicated for
well,
you to pay for this stuff?
It's like at first it's very simple. It is what it says. It's just pay for everything before you leave. And there's a lot of language surrounding that and what exactly that means. And finally, when you get to the end of it, you see that the consequences for not paying are that. Let me see. I want to make sure I read it correctly.
I feel like I'm gonna be echoing you here, but like, what counts as taking? Like, is breathing air taken? Is
These
it?
are good questions to ask around devils.
Will there be a bill at the end? What sort of prices can we expect?
Yeah.
Are there any reviews that we could check to see if this is actually like some way to like funnel people into some sort of human trafficking or otherwise trafficking?
The contract at the end stipulates that if you are unable to pay, you will immediately
be in debt to Mahati in the Infernal Rapture, and in order to pay off, sorry, it very clearly states if you are unable to pay, your soul is forfeit and belongs to Mahati. You may be able to pay off your debt, but it doesn't say that is a guarantee. And that once your soul has been given to Mahati, he can use you to either to be a servant within the Infernal Rapture. If you have other talents, he may use you for other things. He may have you become a vendor. He may send you out on errands to gather things for him and the Infernal Rapture and the Wandering Emporium. Calliope, make an Arcana check.
We all know how this goes. Yeah, not 2 again.
You're not entirely certain what it is, but there's something in here that indicates that as part of this, you fall under the effects of some type of enchantment magic. You're not. It's hard to decipher what exactly the type of spell it is, but some type of enchantment magic does fall under you as well.
Got it.
Yeah. So, but as long as you pay everything before you leave, that will not happen.
What counts as paying? What counts as
it's so
your
yeah.
bill presented?
I will say that
not
yeah.
pay?
There's no tricks there. It literally is just like if you order the meal, you just need to pay for it. That's it. If you order
Is it
a
soul coin
service,
each?
you don't know.
service
You don't know
are
yet
extras?
because you haven't gotten
Okay.
like a menu or anything. But you were informed that you could get a full like fixed meal for one soul coin.
For each person?
Each person would have to pay a soul coin if they want a full.
That's not worth it.
meal.
That's
No, that's not worth it.
Okay. Sorry. This is very interesting. We are here on another errand already. Before we get sucked into this thing and like get, enchanted to do more errands. Red Ruth sent us on behalf. She
I
would
see.
like
Before-
the usual arrangements, she said.
Yes. Before we proceed, because this will be a conversation with Mahati. So no signing the contract then?
We're not interested in the services, I think.
She
At those
scoops
prices?
it up,
Yeah, those
tucks it
prices
away,
are.
puts away the quill, puts away the ink, stands, turns, and walks out of the room without a word. There's a kind of long, awkward moment where you wait in here, and then the curtain billows open, and stepping through, you see a very dapper gentleman, dark skin, beautiful beard that's been perfectly groomed down. It has these like perfect streaks of white running through it, almost like stripes. He's got earrings and this beautiful kind of headband arrangement on top of his head in blue billowing long-sleeved shirt with almost a cape-like cloak arrangement that's been affixed and pinned around his shoulders. He's got a very nice like scimitar-esque dagger that's tucked into a sash at his around his waist, and this almost like peacock patterned like I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like a robe-like adornment that kind of extends out from the bottom of the belt around his pants that sort of like hangs. But he comes trotting out, looking at you all.
Ah, friends. I'm so sorry to hear you do not want to use any of our services. I am Mahati. Welcome to the Infernal Rapture. I can understand the hesitation considering where you are and oh, hello.
And you see he takes notice of Lulu, who's fluttering about. She kind of looks and sort of brightens up.
I remember you.
Yes, I remember when you came here as well.
Yes, I remember coming in here. Did you help me?
Yes, I did. I can't believe I'm seeing you again. That was so long ago. Yes, I remember you flying in here, and we helped nurse you back to health and sent you on your way. Wow, it's remarkable to see you here again, especially celestial being down here. It's a dangerous place for you.
Can I get a beat on him? Like, is he telling the truth? Is he? I mean, clearly he recognizes Lulu, but like, did he help her?
Make an insight check.
Yeah.
Calliope's busy feeling guilty for not signing, even though we haven't bought anything. The pressure of the system has worked on her, and she is discombobulating.
22.
There was a moment, just the tiniest flash. He seemed very worried. And then it immediately went away, and he went into this more like, But for a moment, there was like a oh shit kind of like expression that flashed across his face.
Interesting. All right.
So, I've been informed you're here on behalf of Red Ruth, one of my favorite customers. It's been so long since she's been here. What is it that she's requesting? The usual? What would she like?
That's what she said to tell you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Let's see here. It'll be 2 soul coins for that.
Well, she gave us 2.
I guess we'll hand them over.
All right,
Well, no, okay. Well, she told us those were for us.
Life is fully enraptured by the social magic that these people have worked. It's like, yeah, those are the expectations. It all lines up.
That's fair.
I think I will just
Claire, that's fair. If she did say that, I think instead, what would probably happen? Yeah, how the heck would this work? Actually, yeah. Sorry, I think I misspoke. Because I think the way this system works, the payment would probably come after the fact. So, how would this work? He's probably just going to go...
Yes, we will get everything ready. I'm very glad that you came here to inform us, as it takes time to get everything just right for Red Ruth. Thank you. Why don't you take this receipt? And he reaches in and seems to... There's like a little flash of light as he seems to magically produce this little piece of parchment that has like very tiny writing like written out about what the services will be and the price of the service. Be sure to give this to her so she knows that she will have it waiting.
All right.
He kind of looks around and seems to clock you, Calliope, and just kind of looks at you.
Are you sure we can't interest you in some of the services? We could give you a wonderful massage. I know how hard it is being down here, especially if you've never been here before. It, trust me, is one of the most... our people here are so skilled. And I know how the food tastes out here. The food here...
He kind of looks at you, Calliope. Let me see here. I'll have him do a quick roll here.
He's picked a weak link.
He looks and kind of looks over your like getup and accoutrement and all that, and goes,
You seem to be a rather smart individual, one who's inclined towards the arcane and tinkering. Yes, we actually are no longer within Avernus right now. This is a demiplane. So
Ooh.
everything you get within here won't have that tinge of ash and smoke and filth. The food here. Here, just one moment. Please, if you wouldn't mind just bringing me one beverage.
and he kind of holds a hand out, and that same woman comes walking out with a platter of various types of beverages. You can see a mug of something steaming. You see a elegant flute of bubbling liquid. You see a glass of just clear, what looks to be water. Another glass of whatever you can imagine. There's like a wide arrangement of glasses on this tray that this woman or this person is bringing out. He scoops it up on his hand and kind of drifts over to you, Calliope, leans down so that this platter of drinks is there before you. Kadam, you smell tea wafting
I'm going
up.
for him.
You're what?
I'm going for him.
What are you're trying to smell him?
Yes.
Make a perception roll.
May I make it with advantage? 'Cause if-
Yeah, I'll give you advantage. Yeah. You do smell the tea, though, and it is like a lovely, floral, sweet-smelling tea. Calliope, the drinks get put before you. What did you get, Kadam?
Well, the higher one was an 8.
You smell that tea. It
14.
smells real good. That tea is smelling really good.
13.
I'm happy to give you one of these on the house, just to give it a try. No harm in that.
Well, it'd be rude to refuse your hospitality, looking up, like, pleading for, like, to Kadam as she reaches up.
What type of beverage do you go for? Does Calliope go for in this moment?
Is there just tea?
No, it's like there's basically if there's something that you're desiring right now, it's probably on there. Like what is
Probably that bite of meat outside got her thinking about home and Lambtan,
Mhm.
and like some sort of like tropical fruit drink, like some like
Okay,
delicious
so-
like mango pineapple.
Yeah. You go to reach for one of the glasses, and Mahati stops you for a moment and goes,
Oh, one moment.
and he just kind of, with his finger, goes like this, and almost like a, what is it? The
Lazy Susan?
Almost like a lazy Susan. It rotates around, and
I look
you
underneath it. to look
you
for the
swear,
gears.
you swear you didn't see the glass there as it comes into view, and there's just this perfect, like exactly what you'd expect, glass. This like beautiful little design glass, and there's a little there's a little umbrella in it, and you can see some sort of like thick syrupy orange kind of tropical liquid within there as he extends it to you.
Just give it a try and let me know.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
Uh,
I'll give it a little
you sip it?
Yep.
Exactly what you would expect. It is like the most amazing version of that you've ever had. He kind of stands up.
What do you think?
Oh my god, it's like I was on the beaches back at home.
Really? Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. Anyone else interested?
And he starts to extend the platter around the room. Valor's kind of biting her lip. Kind of looks to you, Kadam.
Lyra, like, we got the two. Might as well. My bones, Lyra.
If you want a massage,
Oh my god, that would be incredible. You
can
don't have to
a
tell me twice.
massage. I'm not going to stop you.
Yes. Well, you have the soul coins.
Oh, here. I will hand over a soul coin.
Valor is going to just fuck it and gonna reach over, and you see her just go for what looks to be a shot glass, and she grabs it and shoots it.
fuck, that's good. Oh my god. All right, thank you. And sets it down on the platter. You have a soul coin, Calliope. Mahati passes the tray back over to the attendant, looks down at you. So, all you have to do is just sign the contract. I know it's scary, just make sure you pay everything before you leave and you'll be just fine. And
Is there a time limit on paying? Like, if we have to call a friend, do we gotta have it on?
No, just as long as you pay before you
Okay,
leave.
great.
And produces the contract, lays it down on that table.
Scribble. Already read.
As you finish signing, there's just a brief little flash of kind of reddish light on the signature. He scoops up the contract, curls it up, tucks it away.
Well, if any of you are interested, of course, just call out and we'll get it for you. Your friend here, though, will be coming with us into the back for a massage. The rest of you are welcome to stay here and lounge on the cushions, but if you want anything more, just all you have to do is sign. Calliope, please come with me.
And Mahati leads you through, and you watch Calliope disappear into the curtain beyond. And Calliope, you find yourself in a world of wonder and comfort and wondrous beauty as you enter beyond the curtain. And we'll find out what that is next week.
Wow, that went great.
Yay, I got one in. No, it'll be fine. Just make sure you pay before you leave. You'll be fine. Thanks for joining us this evening. We'll see you all next week. I don't know if there's anything right now. Yeah, I think that's it. Cool. All right. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.